Namaste. Welcome to Kaivalya Yoga Gurukulam, KYG. Let's begin this session with one Om and then a prayer to the Guru and invoking Lord Ganesha. Om. Let us reverentially think of our Sadguru. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Let us invoke the divine power of Ganesha from the Mooladhara so he opens the doors to this learning and it becomes easier. Om Ganganapataye Namaha. Thank you for joining this class. Let's begin in all earnestness. We shall begin with revising what we have learned so far, and then we'll proceed. The Shivopasana mantra. The one mantra includes the entire worship of the Shiva consciousness. Each of these lines we will chant it twice, and we'll just keep going along. Let's begin together. Nidhanapataye Namaha. Nidhanapataye Namaha. Nidhanapatantikaye Namaha. Nidhanapatantikaye Namaha. Urdhvaya Namaha. Urdhvaya Namaha. Urdhvalingaya Namaha. Urdhvalingaya Namaha. Hiranyaya Namaha. Hiranyaya Namaha. Hiranyalingaya Namaha. Hiranyalingaya Namaha. Suvarnaya Namaha. Suvarnaya Namaha. Suvarnalingaya Namaha. Suvarnalingaya Namaha. Divyaya Namaha. Divyaya Namaha. Divyalingaya Namaha. Divyalingaya Namaha. Bhavaya Namaha. Bhavaya Namaha. Bhavalingaya Namaha. Bhavalingaya Namaha. Sharvaya Namaha. Sharvaya Namaha. Sharvalingaya Namaha. Sharvalingaya Namaha. Shivaya Namaha. Shivaya Namaha. Shivalingaya Namaha. Shivalingaya Namaha. Jwalaya Namaha. Jwalaya Namaha. Jwalalingaya Namaha. Jwalalingaya Namaha. Atmaya Namaha. Atmaya Namaha. Atmalingaya Namaha. Atmalingaya Namaha. Paramaya Namaha. Paramaya Namaha. Paramalingaya Namaha. Paramalingaya Namaha. Let's now establish the lingam in our consciousness. Etat somasya suryasya sarvalingaggasthapayati pani mantram pavitram. Again. Etat somasya suryasya sarvalingaggasthapayati pani mantram pavitram. Then we meditate on the first face of Shiva, the western face. Sadhyo jatam prapadhyami sadhyo jataya vai namo namaha. Sadhyo jatam prapadhyami sadhyo jataya vai namo namaha. Bhave bhave nati bhave bhavasvamam. Bhave bhave nati bhave bhavasvamam. Bhavodbhavaya namaha. Bhavodbhavaya namaha. Excellent. Fantastic. Let us now proceed to the next face of Shiva, the Vamadeva, facing the north. See, as you stand facing east in the sun and facing the sun, which represents Shiva energy, which the sun here and the physical sun is a representation of the brightest star that we can know of, right? It represents it's self-effulgent, it grants life and everything. So it becomes a symbol for us to relate to that which is thousand sun, brighter than the thousand suns, as it is described in the Gita. So the sun becomes symbolic. So when you face the sun and pray in the morning, either you do sun salutations or offer your prayers, then what is facing the northern side? Your left side faces the north. That is why Vamadeva, that which is facing north, that which is left side. Now the left side, Vama, here I have put the word Shakti instead of simply saying left side of the body. Because the left side, like I said in another context earlier, Ida and Pingala, where we talk of the moon and the sun, that left side represents the side of the moon. It is the feminine side. It is the Shakti side. Generally speaking, simply, in a simple way to understand this. So the Ida Nadi represents the left side. So the left side represents the Shakti principle. It all is part of Shiva. Shiva only, Shakti emerges from Shiva, but it is his Shakti that makes everything happen, correct? Because by himself, even he is not aware of himself. He is completely in the Sharvaya Namaha, Sharva Lingaya Namaha. Everything dissolves. He himself, Nidana Pataye Namaha, right? He also gets dissolved. So Shakti is the one his Shakti is the one that plays this consciousness, that plays this game of life and everything that we see around. So Vamadeva is that Deva from whom the Shakti emerges. So Vamadeva, Vama is Shakti, is a feminine side of Shiva. Okay? So Vama, Deva means divine being. So now we are meditating on the Shakti energy. He is born, Sadyojata, newly born, right? We are in the Shiva consciousness. Here we are now part of the Shakti principle of Shiva. So how is this chanted? Please listen. The blues are for low. Red was for high. What is this green now? So RGB, red, blue, and RGB is red, green, and blue, right? The color combinations that we are familiar with in the computer world now. So we're going to use the 3 letters. The green letter is double high. So listen to how this goes. Vamadevaya, Vama, blue. Vamadevaya, Vamadevaya, Vamadevaya. This is clear? Vamadevaya Namo. It is not simply Vamadevaya Namo. If it was Namo, then that Mo would have been in red color. But now it is green. Whenever you see green, instead of going Namo, you go Namo Vamadevaya Namo. Okay, so in Sanskrit you see there are two lines on top of that mo, if you know to read Sanskrit or Hindi. So you have two lines there, which means that there is a double swarita there. Vamadevaya Namo. It's called Nigada and all that. There are technical terms, so we won't get into that at this point. So let us take the first word. Vamadevaya. Let's chant it together twice. Vamadevaya. Vamadevaya. One more. Vamadevaya Namo. Together. Namo. Again. Namo. Very good. Let's chant it together. Listen to it once. Vamadevaya Namo. Listen to it one more time. Vamadevaya Namo. Together, twice. Vamadevaya Namo. Once more. Vamadevaya Namo. Excellent. So green is for double going two notes. We won't come to that green today other than this. So it's enough to focus on that one mantra. Then we come back to the next one. So Vamadevaya Namo. Now we have saluted the Vamadeva. Who is this Vamadeva? And so now the next, all of these from 25 to 35 are praising the qualities of this Vamadeva, the Shakti principle. Because everything is Shakti. The Devi aspect, the Parashakti is the one that creates all of this that we see around. So that's where it comes. Jyeshtaya Nama. Jyeshta is popularly understood. Jyesht Putra we say in Hindi, right? So Jyeshta is the firstborn, the eldest. And therefore the consciousness that comes before everything else is the Jyeshta consciousness. That comes first, eldest. That is also there. But here Jyeshta is also in Sanskrit, in some of the ancient texts. Jyeshta is also the preferred wife. When I say preferred wife, don't mistake me. Or the eldest wife or preferred wife, there is a reference to that wife. In other words, here, what it means here is, it's not that you and I have choices of many wives, but then those kind of dharma, that culture is completely outdated now. Nevertheless, Jyeshta here, preferred, means that Shakti principle. For Shiva, his Shakti is the most preferred. Other than that, he is nothing, right? So that Jyeshta, his energy, Shakti, is the Jyeshta. The Jyeshtaya Nama. I salute that preferred Shakti that emerges from Shiva. How is it chanted? Jyeshtaya Nama, Jyeshtaya Nama, Jyesh. It is sh. Take your tongue back. So the S and the dot and the T and the dot, there is an emphasis there. Shtha. Jyeshtaya, Jyeshtaya. So this is how it goes. Jyeshtaya Nama, Jyeshtaya Nama. So let's learn this together. Let's chant it twice. Jyeshtaya Nama, Jyeshtaya Nama, Jyeshtaya Nama. Wonderful. One more time. Jyeshtaya Nama. Excellent. Next one. Shrestaya Namo. One is Nama and one is Namo. All this will come beautifully. It will fall in place when we are chanting. The meaning is the same. Nama or Namo, it is the same. Like if I say I have done this, or I say I've done this. I've done this versus I have done this. The meaning is the same. It's the way we say it. So here Namo, Nama, Namaha, all of them mean the same. But it is put it in the context of being in meter and in rhythm. Shrestaya Namo. Shrestha. Shrestha is again, Shresht is one who has the noblest of all descents. He is from a noble descent. This king is from a noble descent, we would say. So that is one meaning. The other one is the nature of this person is par excellence. Again, Shakti is nothing but Shreshta. There is nothing greater, more Shresht than Parashakti principle of Shiva. Again, there are feminine implications in this, meaning the Shakti principle of Shiva, all associated with the Vamadeva. There is beauty, there is effulgence, there is nobility, excellence, all of this comes here. So, how is this chanted? Shresthaya Namo. Again, Sh and Tha. Jyeshtha and Shrestha go together. There's poetry there. Shresthaya Namo. Listen one more time. Shresthaya Namo. Let's chant it together. Shresthaya Namo. One more time. Shresthaya Namo. One more time. Shresthaya Namo. Wonderful. Then Rudraya Namah. Namah. Now Rudraya Namah. Rudra, we understand this as angry, anger, the one that makes others howl and cry and all of that. They are powerful. Raudram comes from the word Rudra, and Raudra are connected. But there's another beautiful meaning of Rudra. Durga is also called Rudra, Maharudra. So there is a Shakti element associated with Rudra. Here, Rudra can also mean, and it also means, one of the ancient meanings of Rudra is that which is as bright as 100 rays of the sun. When 100 rays of the sun comes, it's not only powerful, but it is bright, effulgent, so effulgent. 100 rays. 100 is here signifies a large number of rays brightening. So Rudra. So when you look at that, there is Jyeshtha, there is Shrestha, there is Rudra energy coming out of that. So Rudra, don't mingle it with the angry Shiva and all of that. That thought should not even come to your mind. Here it is the most benevolent rays of the sun. When the sun rises in the morning, you don't think the sun is angry. He's going to get warmer by the day, but by the hour, but it doesn't mean he's angry. That is the nature of the sun. So rays of the sun means Rudra. So how is it chanted? Rudraya Namah. Rudraya Namah. So let us take Rudraya. Rudraya. Simple, right? So let's chant it together. Rudraya. Rudraya. Think of the sun and chant this. Rudraya. The effulgent rays from the sun. Rudraya. So when you think of Durga also, she's not at all angry. She sits on a lion, she has all these weapons, but she's the mother, right? So Durga, Durgaya, that is the energy that we are meditating upon in Vamadeva aspect. This Nama, why I paused for this Nama, I'm going to join this with Kalaya Nama that comes later. So when Namaha and Ka, right? Kala starts with Ka. So when Namaha and Ka, so Ha and Ka, Namaha it is ending and Ka it is starting. There is a way to pronounce this. Namah, it becomes Namah. The tongue gets stuck there, but the air still comes out. I don't know how else to show this. That's why I have a close-up so that you can see my lips and understand what's going on to the best extent possible. But I hope the mic catches this. It is not Namaha, Kalaya Namaha. It doesn't become like that. Kalaya Namah. It stops there. Okay, I know I might be a little dramatic, but I want you to understand this clearly, because the same principle applies in Rudram chanting in all the Vedic chantings. So, Kalaya Namah, almost, then it becomes easy to go to Ka from there. So that's what it is. When the Ha is before the Ka, don't confuse this Kala with this one, this Kala, this is where we are. So, Kalaya Namah Kalavikaranaya. That's how it goes. So even Rudraya, the same thing. Rudraya Namah Kalaya Namah Kalavikaranaya Namo. This is how we will chant slowly. So, Rudraya Namah. I'm sorry, I skipped that slide. So, Namah. Okay. Let me chant this line once. So there is no confusion. We'll chant it together. Rudraya Namah. Chant it together. Rudraya Namah. Again, Rudraya Namah. Let the tongue stay there. Rudraya Namah. Wonderful. Kalaya Namah. Kalaya. Kala means time. Now, because Devi becomes time and space and beauty and strength and all of this, so Kala. Kala comes from there. Anything which has modifications, anything that changes is all Shakti principle. Stillness, that is Shiva. Kalaya Namah. So, Kalaya Namah. Again, Namah it ends. Why? Because the next one again starts with Ka. Okay? Kalaya Namah. Let's chant it together. Otherwise, it's simple here. Kalaya Namah. Again. Kalaya Namah. One more time. Kalaya Namah. Wonderful. What did we do earlier? Rudraya Namah. Kalaya Namah. Wonderful. Then Kala Vikaranaya. This Kala, when you say that along, join it with Vikarana. Vikarana means modification, modulations. Vikarana, that which begins to modify this, begins to change everything. So you have past, present and future and all of that's created, right? All of that is related to time. So Kala Vikaranaya. So that energy which modifies time, plays with time, goes back and forth, all of that is Vamadeva. So Kala and Shiva is called Kala Tita, one who is beyond time and one who takes time from you. So that is the beauty of this meaning. How is it chanted? Kala Vikaranaya, Kala Vikaranaya. Simple, right? Very simple. Kala Vikaranaya Namo. Kala Vikaranaya Namo. Let's chant it together twice or maybe 3 times. Kala Vikaranaya Namo. Again. Kala Vikaranaya Namo. Again. Kala Vikaranaya Namo. Wonderful. Then comes strength. Bala Vikaranaya. Bala is commonly understood as strength. So strength is also modified. As a child has its own strength, the teenager has a strength, the adult has a strength, the middle-aged person has a kind of strength, the old man has a strength. So the strength modifies according to age. In our sense, the way you and I understand strength. But strength has so many meanings, right? One of the greater meanings here is the sixth sense, the strength of intuition, the strength of the intellect. That also modifies. So all the strengths of all kinds, of the intelligence, strength of emotions, strength of the muscle of the body, all of the strength is modified by this energy of Vamadeva. Bala Vikaranaya Namo. It is exactly as Kala Vikaranaya. Just instead of Ka, we are putting Ba. Right? Listen to it once. What was the previous one? Kala Vikaranaya Namo. This one is what? Bala Vikaranaya Namo. Very simple, right? So, let's chant it together. Twice. Bala Vikaranaya Namo. Bala Vikaranaya Namo. Wonderful. Then Balaya Namo. Bala. So Bala modifications, and this is Bala strength. You're focusing on that strength, that saluting the strength that emerges from the Shakti principle. Strength that comes into our body. Strength. Why are we saluting strength in Shiva's, in that consciousness of Vamadeva? His strength, or the Shakti strength, never undergoes. It is the source of all strengths, right? She holds the strength and she is unaffected by that. She creates all modifications and yet she remains strong. That is why we salute the strength on its own, right? The power to modify and the power to be strong. Because she is the one who participates, she is the one who witnesses as well. Something that you and I cannot even imagine. That is the concept that we are entering into. This new birth takes us into that kind of consciousness. where Sundar is playing the role of Sundar and also watching as Shiva. That's a beauty. Balaya Namo. Simple. Let's chant it together twice. Balaya Namo. Balaya Namo. Laya. So up and down, right? Balaya. Balaya Namo. Again. Balaya Namo. One more time. Balaya Namo. Wonderful. Next one, Bala Pramathanaya Namo. Pramathana. Now the strength of intuition, strength of the muscle, strength of the intellect, all that we said, he is the one that destroys. I use the word destroy because there is really no other word. It's a very violent word. I tried my best to think of some other word. But that's the only word that explains, gets close to Pramathana. Is not dissolve and all, is destroy. He can suppress it, he can destroy that. And he does strength. He takes away that strength. And we need to become weak. Sundar cannot stand that. Sundar has to, when I say Sundar, the I that is confused itself in believing it's Sundar and limited to Sundar, that Sundar gets destroyed. The Bala of Sundar gets completely destroyed. Okay? Bala, so that the other Bala which I have saluted, that is always there. Bala Pramathanaya Namo. I salute that also. So there is a sense of deep acceptance in all of this. That's the beauty here. How is it chanted? Bala Pramathanaya. Bala Pramathanaya. Pramatha tha. Bala Pramathanaya Namah. Bala Pramathanaya Namah. So here, okay, let us finish Bala Pramathanaya. Let's chant it together. Bala Pramathanaya. Again. Bala Pramathanaya. Tha. A little emphasis on tha. Don't say Pramathanaya. Pramathanaya it is. Bala Pramathanaya. One more time. Bala Pramathanaya. Wonderful. Namah. Simple. Now, why did I separate this again? Just like the ka, here, Namah, and the next one is Sarva. Sa, half Sa and Sarva. There is emphasis on that. Sarva. So when this comes, Nama and Sarva comes, then it joins together. Namas. Bala Pramathanaya Namas. End there with Namas. Because then you can continue Namas Sarva. Okay? Don't worry, it will make sense. Now just simply understand and follow it. How do we understand this? Bala Pramathanaya Namas. Okay? Let's chant it together. Twice. Bala Pramathanaya Namas. Again. Bala Pramathanaya Namas. Wonderful. You ended Namas. Sarva Bhuta Damanaya Namo. Sarva is all. Bhuta, past. Bhuta is elements. Bhuta is that which has already been created, manifest state. So Panchabhutas we say. But here more than the idea of manifestations and actual objects, we're talking of time itself. If time itself goes away, then everything else will disappear in that consciousness. So here Bhuta is referring to time because we had just mentioned time. So that in that time, what he does with this Bhuta, the past, he controls the past. Damana, controls. The beauty here is, when we want to escape past karmas, we can't escape, but you offer it to the Shiva consciousness who controls the past. That is the beauty. The higher consciousness will allow you to experience the implications of your past actions in a way you can understand and handle, however difficult it might seem at this moment. Remember, it is given to us by the divine because we have a capacity to handle it. So this is that energy that we are tapping into. You are the one who can control the past, not just my past, all past. But in my particular case, my past, you're the one who's controlling it. So establish your control. Stay there. Put your hand on it. Let it be there. Because you know best how to orchestrate the implications of my past. Sarva Bhuta Damanaya. Damana. Damana means control. A charioteer is called Damana because he controls the reins and he controls the horses. So Sarva Bhuta Damanaya Namo. Sarva Bhuta Bhu. It is not Bhu. Bhu. B-H-U. Right? So how does it go? Please listen. Sarva Bhuta Damanaya. Sarva Bhuta Damanaya. Let's chant it together. Sarva Bhuta Damanaya. Sarva Bhuta Damanaya. Wonderful. Namo. Namo. Throw that when you go up. Now throw the mo a little bit. Let it toss it into your voice. Because Namo, don't drag it. Then it becomes like singing. Chanting is little different. You just toss up and down your voice with sharp. It's like a triangle being formed consistently. Okay, that has an energy of its own. It's not a wave. It's more of a triangle in terms of sounds. Someday we'll understand, because this is like representing the oscillating patterns that's going on in the sound and vibrations and frequency level. So this is more like a sawtooth sound that has its own energy, as opposed to a wave sound which is very gentle in singing. Sarva Bhuta Damanaya Namo. Sarva Bhuta Damanaya Namo. Let's chant it twice. Sarva Bhuta Damanaya Namo. Sarva Bhuta Damanaya Namo. Beautiful. One more left. That's it. Today, guess what? We did 10 verses. Manon Manaya Namaha. Mana means what? Mind. Manon Manaya Namaha. He represents the mind of minds. He is the mind of minds. This is Vamadeva, from which all of this emerges. All these qualities we just mentioned, right? Jeshta, Shreshta, Rudra, Kala, Bala, all of these. That comes from what? Manon Mana. Shiva is called Manon Mana. Durga is called Manon Mani. So Manon Mani, Manon Mana means that higher mind. So in the Sai publications, it's one of the publications many of you are also reading. I also read that. It says kindles the light of the soul. This is the soul, the higher mind. Manon Mana is what? The higher mind, it's another word. I just put higher minds because you understand that as the Manon Mana. The word is there. It doesn't say Atma there, but it refers to the soul. So Manon Mana, that which takes you to that, kindles the light of the soul from within you. That's the meaning here. Manon Manaya Namaha. See, when Kala went, time is gone, best strength is gone, all of that, Rudra and all of that might scare us. So in the end we say Manon Maya. You, at the end of this, you kindle the higher mind, the awakening. You kindle this awakening. The Vamadeva aspect of Shiva kindles the awakening. Vamadeva, Shakti principle. The Kundalini energy is caused by Vamadeva awakening. That's the beauty of this. They're all very beautifully related. Open your mind to meditations and understand the Shakti energy of Shiva, inherent in Shiva in the Vamadeva, Vama aspect. Manon Manaya Namaha. Manon Manaya Namaha. Let's chant it together. Manon Manaya Namaha. Again. Manon Manaya Namaha. Just one more time. Manon Manaya Namaha. Beautiful. Let's chant each of these lines twice. It might be a little too much for you on the very first day, but otherwise simply listen and let it sink in, right? Because I want you to get the flavor of how it is chanted together, this whole sequence on Vamadeva. It's so beautiful when you learn it. So it goes like this. Vamadevaya Namo. Vamadevaya Namo. Jyesthaya Namash. Jyesthaya Namash. I forgot to mention that. The Jyesthaya Nama, also because that Namaha begins with Sh next, it ends with Namash Shrestaya. So join it, right? Jyesthaya Namash Shrestaya Namo. Shrestaya Namo. So when you're practicing, use this part of the slide and say Jyesthaya Namah Shrestaya Namo. Practice it together. Jyesthaya Namah Shrestaya Namo. It's almost like one line. Then these three we will chant it together. Rudraya Namah Kalaya Namah Kalavikarnaya Namo. Namah Namah. So again they join together, right? Rudraya Namah Kalaya Namah Kalavikarnaya Namo. Again. Rudraya Namah Kalaya Namah Kalavikarnaya Namo. Then Balavikarnaya Namo. Balavikarnaya Namo. Balaya Namo. Balaya Namo. Balapramathanaya Namas. Balapramathanaya Namas. Sarvabhutadamanaya Namo. Balapramathanaya Namas. Sarvabhutadamanaya Namo. Manonmanaya Namaha. Manonmanaya Namaha. And thus, today we have been blessed to study this beautiful Vamadeva aspect of Shiva. Thank you for your participation, for joining this class. Let us end this with one Om and three Shantis. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.